I would like to call on Brother Bobby Lopez, the campaign manager, to give his report.
Good morning again. I want to say that I am humbled that our party leader, Patrick Rogers, has asked me to please take the helm and the role of National Campaign Manager for the next 34 days. Isn't it interesting? As of today, guys, we are 34 days. So it is Belize at 34 days to the new dawn, to the revolution, to the change. And so, having run in 5 elections, having committed, and I want to say, we don't like to use the word proud, humbly, we have always published our campaign financing. We have always challenged both parties to do the same. And up to today, after 34 years, we have not seen a budget for any one of them. We have not seen a financial report for any one of them. We don't know where the money comes from. We don't know how the money is spent. But we know, as the Prime Minister said on February 26, 2008, when he was asked by Adele Ramos, Mr. Prime Minister, what are you going to do about campaign finance legislation? And his very words were this. And you can look it up on the internet because I always do to remind me. How can we stop the big boys from giving money under the table? And I want to ask the Honorable Prime Minister, who is on the other side of the table taking the money? Because that's the root of corruption. And that's why we are here in this place. The Belize Progressive Party will stop the big boys from taking money under the table, because we will owe nobody no concession, no land, no tax-free holiday. And so with that, they have laughed us to scorn when we said we were only spending $7,000 the first time as Be Safe. And then we went up the following time when we got 6 candidates and 7, and we went up to about 15,000 in Belmopan. And in 2009, when we beat the PUP, because history has recorded that this little group beat the PUP, and I'm speaking of my former affiliates or affiliated group, beat the PUP with around 25,000 in 2009, and they spent hundreds of thousands. And we beat them in the city that they created, Belmopan. So I want to tell the people of this country, money doesn't vote, people do. Stop selling the vote. We went on in 2012 and 2015, just 7 months ago, and traditionally, guys, in any constituency that we've run, Patrick has run before, my brother here has run before, Will has run before. With our hard-earned money, we spend around 30 to 35,000 per constituency. And that's very conservative, and that's pinching it to the no. And that's using a lot of in-kind support from people who aren't charging us to campaign. But I'm pleased to present and have a copy for the media. Nomination fee, elections and boundaries, 31 times 200, 6,200. I'll go very fast, guys. Canvassers, 4 per constituency at $100. 5 weeks, 500 times 124, 62,000. Office managers at $250 per week, $1,250 for the 5 weeks times 31, 38,750. T-shirts, 31 candidates. I'm doing 620 campaigners, because we figured 4 campaigners per constituency. 620 we have at $10 a piece, which these cost right here, made in Belize, $10 a piece. I want to say thanks to the gentleman who has launched and given us such a good rate. 6,200 flyers and handouts, 1,000 flyers per constituency at 50 cents is 15,500. Print ads weekly. I'm talking a full page ad, or we do 2 half pages. They run about 600 per full page. That's $3,000, and the ads will be one for the whole party. Radio ads, they're $30 a pop. We figure 10 daily times 34 days is 10,220. TV ads, 3 daily, that would give us 102 at $100. I'm hoping a TV station will give us for 100. 10,200 also. Public meetings, campaign, we intend to do 31. And actually our platform was on its way, but had some mechanical problems and he had to turn back. But we are ready to hit the road, guys, all right? So I assure you, we'll be there. And this is our backdrop. This will be the backdrop at every public meeting to remind people that after 34 years, this is what we have. Let's move on quickly. Fuel, 31 constituencies at 1,000, 31,000. Phone, 31 offices at 400, 12,400. Food, meetings and election day for 124 campaigners. We didn't want to eat on that day, guys, by the way. 6,200 office supplies, 31 for $250, $50 per week. I'm going to be the one buying all the supplies for all the offices and delivering it to you all. Banners, flags, ads, $600 a piece, $37.20. That is what this banner cost us, folks. $600, okay? I'm gonna get one per constituency, and we're also trying to get some smaller ones for you all. They're being sent to the printer today with our party name on it. This one was done a couple of days ago. Excuse me?
Bumper stickers.
Yes. Well, actually, I have banners, flyers, flags, stickers. 600, 37, 2,000. Mobilization election day, we're looking at 5,000 per constituency. We're gonna try to raise this, guys, all right? 155,000 and miscellaneous 31 at 515,000 for a total of 432,600. It sounds like a lot, but divided by 31 is only 13,954 per constituency. And I want to say that when we announced yesterday, right? Did you do the maths? Divide that by 100. Well, I can do that actually. Okay, this is my challenge to the government. Not to the government. We're for public funding of campaigns, but we'll get to that. I'm appealing to 100 business persons to kindly supply us with $4,326. 100 people, business people. Don't tell me you can't do that. I and my brothers are right here to support me. I normally put in our campaign, especially for my own, 10, 15,000. We have a policy that over 10, you must disclose. We must know who you are because we don't want no strings attached. But we're asking for 4,326, 100 people. So I'm gonna kick off, guys, and I'm gonna be giving the first $4,326. And I want to say that I do have already, between yesterday and today, $10,000 from 2 different people who I shared this with. Yesterday we were looking at was it $500,000? Yes, we were looking at 500,000. Divided by 100 is 5,000 per businessman. Not that we're open. You want to give me $1, $5, $10, $100, whatever you want to give us. But what I'm saying is to level the business playing field in this country. A businessman would gladly invest that and not expect nothing in return. And we're not talking about the big boys. We're talking about an ordinary businessman who just simply wants the level playing field to operate. They would. But if they want to give 1,000, 2,000, whatever it is, we can raise this money and we can make sure that our constituencies and our candidates have the best chance. And again, I say, it is expensive, but we can do this. You already saw what happened just a few weeks ago when our PM said proudly, I renegotiated or I negotiated the settlement for BTL on my own unilaterally. Okay, so you know, we can only assume and suspect how much money will be coming from the Ashcroft group to the UDP. Think about it. We've gone full circle. The big boy is back in the swing. And you know who is going to have tax-free benefits indefinitely. It must stop. I want to commend you in your humble words that you have identified corruption as the root cause of what's happening. And the root of corruption is campaign financing, Ms. Edna Diaz. That is where. And so I am calling out because if you notice media, and you all need to get a little more upfront in your investigations, in the last 60 to 90 days, they knew election was coming early. Okay, if the Prime Minister lied to us and said it won't be this year, because they started giving out the $2.5 million for a state football stadium in San Pedro. The kickback is on the way. $2 and change million in PG, the kickback is on the way. And all the little contracts that they're hurriedly trying to finish before election day, believe me, the kickbacks are there, and I'm going to sue me if I want. I know the kickbacks are there. And I want to call right now, because we got information yesterday that the Social Security loan that was given to an entity in this country, and who a little cry went up, but it was hush hush quickly, had a very lucrative kickback. So you know that that loan from our hard-earned contributions is gonna be that going. That's not to get paid back. Mark my word, I hope to live to see when that company goes under and our tree and another tree. We had a time with 3.3 million from social. Why is it that 3 million like it lend out 3 million and not collect? This time it was in the form of a loan to some entity down south, but I got good reason, I had good rumors, but I tell you good, no good, and I want you all to investigate media, because cabinet is a little nervous that the word they get out that 1 million came back to the party. All right, don't work, media, don't work. Our hard-earned money, all right, our hard-earned social security money, that when our people need it for sick and accidents, they have to beg and go back and go back and go back. The Progressive Party will stop that. I'm telling you, I want right now before I leave, because I was speaking to a student just within the last 48 hours, studying in Cuba, who said that the embassy of Belize in Cuba stinks of corruption, and I'm calling for an audit, and it's a very simple audit, guys, because we're going to hear a little more from the party leader, and I won't take away from him, but I'm calling because I will call out, you know, if you're not giving the students their full stipend that they signed on to, and things are hard in Cuba, but when our students go there for 7-8 years to become a doctor and they have to come back here because that's the agreement to serve this country, don't shortchange them. And that is what's happening in Cuba right now. And I understand that the ambassador is being recalled. Of course, they're all recalled when they call election, because they have a campaign and hope that they'll be reassigned to another lucrative spot somewhere in the world using our taxpayers. Well, that will stop. I'm telling you, on November 4th, we're going to run our ambassadors through the Senate for approval. Okay? And I'm telling you, every ambassador will have to fall under the Prevention of Corruption Act 2. Because right there, the thing to take place with the passports. And right there, then the Greenway, it has to stop that for you hard-earned money. On that note, I'm saying, guys, we do have about $15,000 ready to kick off, okay? So we will be ordering, we already ordered 100 t-shirts, that's the first $1,000, okay? This venue and the expenses to get our group here was around 600. You spend money, the money goes. But we can show you where every penny is spent and where every penny comes from, and it comes with no strings attached, and I will see to that. Before I close, I want to call out on my supporters in Belize Rural South. I have run twice in that area, and I have garnered right around a little over 300 votes in both times, right? And I want to ask you all, because I won't have the time, I accepted a role in this for the next 5 weeks, that every single person that stood up here is going to need my support. And I have committed to it, but I want to call on them, because I'm telling you, if each one of you can convince one person per week for the next 5 weeks, yours truly can win that election, and I can serve you without fear or favor. That's not too much to ask. So I'm calling on my little army, my little congregation. Put 332 people in a room. It's quite an army, it's quite a church. Okay? I'm asking you all, please, get out there and convince 5 people for me. You make the 6. So if we can do that, we can win Belize Rural South. I am going to get out there, but as campaign manager, national campaign manager, I will be from Toledo to Corozal, Belize to Benke. Please, Belize Rural South, you can do this for me. I've run twice in your area, and you know I mean business, and I will be there to serve you. This time I can't meet all of you all, I can't walk all the streets. I need you to step up now. If you want the change will come from you. Thank you very much. God bless.